What is good, everybody? What is good? It's Big Game James, and it's Star. It's the Big Star Show, and y'all already in here. I love it. I love it. Mary Cole, Dallas Law, Red Rebel, keep on coming in here. We are excited because football's finally here, Star. We actually
Yes,
had
it
a
is.
little bit of live action today, and we'll have some real
Yes,
live
we
action
did.
Sunday. So it's here. It's finally here. But
It's
before we go any
here.
further, how you doing today?
Doing great, doing great. What's up to everybody in the chat? I know the chats will be coming in. I can't really see it on my
Hmm.
side like usual, but what's up to everybody in the chat? Glad to have y'all. Glad that y'all was in there waiting for us. That means y'all really like the Big Star Show, and we appreciate that so much. You know, when
Hmm.
you come in, please uh, like the stream. Please share, and also, uh, please subscribe, to our YouTube channels. And also, I like to say before we get started, because I'm like, some of y'all
Hmm.
may click off before the end, but I'm also doing a Stargazer sweepstakes where I'm giving out Madden 25 or college football 25, or for the ladies who don't play video games like me, a $75 $75 gift card. Y'all can go to my Twitter page. I have it pinned on my Twitter, which is at the Stargazer. I'll try to put it in the chat. I'll type my Twitter ad in the chat, but y'all can go there. Really, all you have to do, guys, is just subscribe to my YouTube channel. Send me follow the instructions on the post, and yeah, then you get a entry. So I'm trying to get 300 subs before. I'm already at like 240 something, so I'm trying
Let's
to
get
get.
it. Let's get her
Yeah,
there.
exactly,
Let's stop playing and go
exactly.
subscribe.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the 300 subs, guys, before the season kicks off. So we still got some time. We got about a month. So y'all
Y'all can
y'all
make
help the
that
girl
happen.
star out. Exactly, y'all help me out. But I'm gonna put my Twitter ad in the chat so that y'all can see it. But yeah, appreciate that. Go ahead, B.
No, definitely, man. Make sure like was it 50, so like 50 something subs before you get to 300.
Yeah, yeah, it should be because right now I'm at what 246, so it's
Oh,
not
we
that
need to make
much.
that happen. Yeah, we need to
Yeah,
make so if you're
I
not a
should be able
subscriber,
to. I should be able to
you
get that
should.
before the
Yeah,
season. Yeah,
let's
so
make it
y'all help
happen.
me out. Yep. Okay, but anyways,
Yeah, let's make that happen because number one, I know y'all like Madden, and everybody been going crazy about that college 25. So somebody gonna
exactly.
want
They
some of
should
that. And the ladies, $75. I know you can get a nice little nail job, nail done, a spa,
nails
something like
done,
that.
shoes,
Yeah.
perfume, something, whatever. So
You can do something with
y'all help me
75.
exactly for sure. So y'all help me out.
Let's get it. What's up, everybody? Big Benny Rich is in the building. Robert Cruz, Robert Ruiz. I'm sorry. Now, I heard you say about the Biden thing. Now, I'm gonna just tell you right now. I capped. I'm the one that might have started this Biden thing because I've seen it now on Twitter. Because I mentioned, I mentioned, 2 weeks ago, calling Jerry Jones, Joe Biden. I
Joe
called him Joe
Biden.
Biden 2 weeks ago. I said that's who you remind me of. You old, you see now, you just be talking, you just be rambling, and that's what he reminded me of. That stuff's starting to catch some storm now. It's kind of real. So then we heard him today again running his mouth, saying them goofy
Again.
things. Just I know
Again.
you heard it start because a lot of people cut off the end part because he said Jerry Jones. They asked him about CD Lamb like every day. I wish they just stop,
Yeah.
but they put the microphone in his face. He ain't simple CD, and then he gonna always give a goofy ass answer. Oh, I ain't in no rush. We ain't in no rush to get CD done. But they cut the last part off. He's like, he's not in the rush to get it done before training camp ends. So they left that kind of part out, but he's still
Oh,
goofy for
okay.
that. They left that part out
Okay.
because he did say that at the end too. I'm not in the rush, to get it done by camp. So they cut that off. Maybe they want to, I don't know what that is. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't even said that. You shouldn't even said I ain't in no rush. You shouldn't have
Exactly.
said
It's
that.
like Jerry,
Period.
cut it out. Cut it out, Jerry. It's like I just wish Jerry would be
But
like,
that's
I'm
being
not talking
81.
about.
That's 81 years old.
He
Old
always got to
people now.
say
They
something.
rambling.
He always got to say something. It's like, Jerry, just be quiet. All you had to do is just say, you know what? I'm not talking like he did the other day. I'm not talking about contracts. Just say that. I'm not talking about contracts.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the contract. We talking about football. You know what I'm saying? What do you feel like about on the to ask me something about what's on the field right now? I'm not answering no more questions about no CD Lamb. We're gonna get it done. Period. That's
They
all you need
keep
to say.
asking for
We're getting it
they
done.
keep asking for headlines. That's what they just keep asking for headlines. That's all they want.
Right. It's like stop. Like
Mm.
even the Cowboys people, y'all want the drama. Y'all keep asking them these questions. What do you think by now? We all know Jerry Jones. If you've been a Cowboys fan for just a little bit, you know Jerry Jones. Okay. So y'all keep is it in y'all's contract or something to ask him about CD and Dak every day? Y'all see him? Is it in the contract? Stop asking this man this question. You're going to get
Yeah.
answers you don't want to hear. So stop asking them them questions. That man's is 81 years old, and I'm gonna keep going to that. He's 81. I don't want to hear no 81-year-old man talking. So that's just my
Oh
opinion
my
on that.
god. Yeah.
Now let's get to some football. Okay. Star was excited. Star was excited today. I heard it. I heard it in her tweets. I heard it in her excitement. I heard it. Talk to me. How you feel about let's talk about offense first. Let's
Yeah,
talk
let's
about
talk
the
about
offense.
offense. So, y'all know today we doing like a little recap of the what's up, David? Good to see my guy David,
What's
Rev,
up,
Big
David?
24. Yeah, but so today we had our scrimmage versus the Rams, and you said let's talk about the offense. So first things first, Dak has looked pretty much pristine this whole training camp. I think he's thrown like one pick since pass game on. But we talked about that whole CD Lamb thing. But one thing that has been a positive, also
Mm-hmm.
obviously we miss CD, we want CD back, right? But one thing that has
Mm-hmm.
been a positive is that Dak has now gone to a level to where, hey, I don't need it's not that I don't need CD. We obviously need CD to win the in the season, but for these practices and stuff like that, like Dak is still able to move the ball. I remember 2 years ago. Yeah, was it 2 years ago? Yeah, I remember 2 years ago. I think CD had missed some time. It just looked bad out there. I remember one time Law was going on. He's like, we couldn't move the ball at all. Dak looked terrible. All of this type of stuff. So, but we really haven't had, and there's a tons of content creators out there. Shout out to Law Nation, Mark Holmes, Craven Cowboys, Landlord, a lot of people out there. And we just been able to still move the ball, even though CD's not out there. But one guy, that been showing out, he showed out today, is Brandon Cooks. And I did a show on, not a show, but I did a video on Brandon Cooks just saying, like, a lot of people were down on Brandon Cooks. A lot of people asking, is he enough? You know what I'm saying? Because of his production, he's usually wherever he goes, he's usually 1,000-yard receiver. But for us, he got like a little bit over 600 yards. But he did get 8 touchdowns. But he got all of that in pretty much the second half of the season because we wasn't targeting him. So I say all of that in my video. Y'all check it out where I talk about Brandon Cook's major season. But today he was cooking the Rams defense, like cooking them. I'm trying to see if I can pull up some clips from, shout out to the GOAT John Bashota. He is the absolute GOAT of these clips. And he had all that crazy throws to CD. So I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. If it don't come up, then let me see.
Oh, I got it down here, Star. So once you find it, I think I can post it.
Okay, you can post it. Okay, let me see.
Once you find it, I think I can post it.
Yeah, but
So while
CD, I mean, Brandon Cooks, and it's like this certain route. I think he's really, him and Dak. Y'all know how they had perfected last year the route
mm-hmm.
in the red zone, but now I'm seeing it over and over again. It's like this. Brandon Cooks is killing it on these short and deep posts. He just ran in here. Let me see. Okay, I got it up here. John Mashoda. Y'all see that? Let's go play again.
Back up. You can show it
So
one more
yeah,
time. I like touchdowns.
that's
Back up.
all. Exactly. So he been killing it with that, and then as well, he had another one. He was cutting them up today. He had another one. Let me see. Oh yeah, here's the other one. Let me click on it. This is Dak having a scramble out.
Look at that pass on the scramble. Hey, that's a nice pass on the scramble, Dad.
I know,
That look
like
good.
Dak's be Dak got to
I
chill
like
out.
that. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Nice. I see you, Dak.
So I
Oops. Oops.
Brandon Cook.
There you go. Sorry. Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
I'm back.
Sorry.
Okay, but we good, we
Sorry.
good. But y'all know Brandon Cooks has been. I mean, obviously Brandon Cooks has been so good just for leadership and all that stuff. But one thing Brandon Cooks he wants to keep telling people is like, hey, I'm not just a leader. I know y'all keep saying you a leader and you help Jalen Tolbert and all that stuff. He's like, I'm not just a leader. I'm here to make plays. So obviously him doing that, I feel like you shot because he's already been. We already know they've been building chemistry and looking good, but like for him to be like the guy today without CD and just being basically our highlight reel to get today. Shout out to Brandon Cooks because I think if Mike McCarthy and them, if you start off the season targeting Brandon Cooks, why wouldn't he give us 1,000 yards? You know what I'm saying? If you start, he got a 600 plus yards and 8 touchdowns pretty much the whole second half of the season. So imagine if you just target him from game one. Imagine his production. So that was a highlight. I'm not gonna show the clips, but Jalen Tolbert, obviously the Jalen
Mm-hmm.
Tolbert, Jalen Brook, Jalen Moreno, Cropper, all three of those guys have been killing it in camp. Tolbert obviously has taken another step, and some people didn't believe. So in OTAs, some people were believing like, I don't know, is it just hype? But going out there and seeing Jalen Tolbert, he just looks like he's just on another level of confidence. And we see that confidence just goes a long way, especially for these young players, because they know they have the ability, but confidence, you are going out there and executing, you got to be confident that you can do that. You got to be confident that you can beat the man in front of you. So him, Jalen Brooks, I feel like they're kind of at a tie right now. I feel like now we look at the depth chart. Did you see the depth chart they put out big? The
Mm-hmm.
unofficial one?
Yes, I
So you
did.
look at the depth chart, they do have Jalen Tolbert as our third wide receiver. I
Mm-hmm.
think, but I would say like production. What's up, Dwayne? Glad to see you. See you. I would
What's
say
up, D Brown?
production wise, Jalen Tolbert and Jalen Brooks, I'm pretty much neck and neck. I feel like those wide receivers, you can kind of just interchange them, swap them out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the coaches see them, but just how they've been producing in practice. So they had good days today. Another person, let me see if I can bring that clip up. John Stevens Jones.
Yeah. Let me
John
tell you
Stevens.
before
Talk
you
about
say
John
that.
Stevens.
Yeah, before you
Uh huh.
say that, all I'm gonna say is Peyton Hendershot was on the sidelines today. Okay,
Yeah, he was.
and John
Yeah, he
Stevens
was.
was on the field today, catching a lot of passes. All I'm gonna say is
Yeah, he
this.
was.
All I'm gonna say is this. Hendershot, you better get healthy. You better stay on it because number one, I don't think he would have made the team last year if Stevens wouldn't have
I
got
didn't.
hurt.
Right, I didn't have
Now,
him making the team
you
last
feel
year.
me?
So,
And
yep.
the problem with Hendershot is this: you got a lot of talent, but you're wildly inconsistent. You're madly inconsistent, and this is you. This is like what year three. You shouldn't be inconsistent any longer. Jake Ferguson
Mm-hmm.
came with you. He took the next
Mm-hmm.
step, and you're talking about him being a top tight end. They're still asking
Mm-hmm.
you what's going on. So because of that,
Mm-hmm.
and you see John Stevens Jr., who
Mm-hmm.
they loved last year, and he
Who they
turned up a
love.
little bit today. Dak was hitting him in a lot of passes today, and he
Yeah,
was
he
moving those
was.
chains. And
Here
I
you
think they
go.
like the other kid, the Brevin Ford kid. They like him
Ravens
too.
fan forward. They do like him.
And I don't care for Schoonmaker, but he's a second round pick, and they are going
Right.
to force him down our throats. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
correct.
They're going to
That's
force him
correct.
down throats. So Hendershot, it could be bad for you, dog. That's all I'm saying. It could be bad
Yeah,
for you.
it's gonna be real bad for Hendershot because as you said, like I didn't have Hendershot making the roster last year.
Hmm.
I was surprised that he made it. And now Lunda said he feels like he's had his best camp. But when you look at Hendershot's camps, they haven't really been that great. So it's like, is that really that big of a compliment? It's really not. And then on top of that, you're missing time. They got these two young studs. You got John Stevens Jr., who is comparable to y'all same skill set, this wide receiver type. Except John Stevens actually used to be a wide receiver, so he's not a
Yes,
wide
they
receiver. He's a
converted.
former right. They converted, so it's like when you have that, and then you see him getting open. Dak was tearing it up with those tight ends. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Hmm.
you're really on John Stevens. Like you really are seeming like you're on the. I mean, not John Stevens, sorry, but Peyton Hendershot, you're really seeming like you're on the bubble, dog, and then you missing time. Like you're gonna be the odd man out. I don't see them
Yeah,
cutting Brevin Spanford. I don't see them cutting John Stevens Jr. They not gonna cut Schoon as a second round pick. He's not getting cut. And we know Ferg is here to stay. So it's like
I don't see Hendershot making the team this year. This is my
then
opinion. I don't see it.
on top of that, they now have Hunter Lupke. Hunter Lupke is now cross training fullback and tight end. So
Mm,
now they have that extra spot, so they don't have to carry an extra tight
right,
end like they used to. So it's
right.
like it's just not really looking good for him. But here's a clip. I got it pulled up for John Machota.
Okay.
Is it shown on there? Can you add it to
Let
the
me see. Let me
thing?
see if it's. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Hold
Okay, here we go.
on.
This is
Okay.
a clip of John Stevens Jr. with the first team today. Let me see if I can click it on. Oh, so you clearly see
Dak liked that rollout.
exactly like that's just that simple rollout, and then you have a guy like Jake Ferguson who can
Hmm.
get that yak, and he got bigger. Y'all remember though as well. He
Yeah,
put
he he
on
he is jacked.
Yeah, he's huge. And he put on about 15 pounds of muscle. He put on about 15 pounds of muscle this
Hold on,
offseason because he
Star.
went
Hold on, Star. I'm gonna bring you out and
okay.
bring you back in so we can match up together. Why is it- hold on.
Might just be y'all can still see me, but I'm just not evenly
Yeah,
matched, but it's all right.
yeah. Let's see if,
Uh, now it's making me center attention. Hmm.
let's see here. Hold on.
Let me see if there was any more John Stevens clips. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. Oh, here's a Trey Lance touchdown to John Stevens, but he basically doing the same thing as Dak, so it's not really necessary to show. But here's another John Stevens. Hold on, let me pause it. I'm gonna
We're
try
gonna
to
get
share
you
and show.
y'all some more clips. Sorry, y'all. I'm on my
Yes, all
phone.
right. Let me share this. This is another one of John Stevens. The
Okay.
Cooper Rush. Cooper. There we go. Cooper Rush balling out of jam. Let's go.
I don't want them saying "Here you go." That's Dax. Say something else. I mean, you feel me? You feel
Here
me,
we
Star?
go.
Like I don't want them saying it. That say like Red 91, Red 91. Don't say "Here you go."
They should change it honestly, but
That's
that's
Dak.
John Stevens. That's John Stephen Jones coming back for the ball. I'll let it play again. Right, like so. Obviously, these guys they just
There we go.
haven't. Yeah, we got it back. These guys, when you have a guy like this where he took his opportunity, like the coaches are going to take notice of that. They're going to take
Hmm.
notice that okay, we put you with the first team, you produce. We put you with the second team, you're producing. So it just I would say Peyton Hendershot's stock is down. It's down right now. That's what I would say. Uh, Now of course he can. Dang, Dak had another one to John Stevens Jones.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's over. It's over. I'm sorry. It's
Dak had a
over.
touchdown to him too. Okay, you
I'm.
know what?
It's over.
He
Just me.
killed it
It's over.
today. It's
It's
just not
over.
good.
They already
Yeah.
loved him last year. That's the thing. They were in love with him last year, right? He is
Yeah.
automatically making the team this year. Like he is automatically making the team this year. They love him, and he gives that athletic ability Dallas needs. This is the thing. Hendershot's got athletic abilities too, but this is the thing. I think the Cowboys are finally moving away from that Jason Witten slow prodding tight end. Great
Mm-hmm.
hands. Can move the chains. No, you need not. You need speed. You need some dynamic tight ends now. This is This is
Yep.
2024 going to 2025. These tight ends are different, and you need to be with the signs
Yep.
of the times. And I think the Cowboys, when they started with uh, Ferguson, then you saw
Mm-hmm.
Stevens, you see Ford. I ain't throwing Schoonmaker in there, but hey, we'll just throw him in there just cause. But you see, those three tight ends are athletic; they can do multiple and different things, and I think that's what
Right.
the Cowboys really need to start incorporating in their type of offense because it just makes the offense more explosive when you can really use those tight ends like you want, and I get more
Exactly.
athletic. That's what I wanted the Cowboys to do for the longest time. I wanted to stop drafting Jason Wittens. Now you're finally moving away from that, and I like it. And I
Yep.
think it's going to pay off for this offense. And I'm excited for Stevens. And you know what? We saw it today, which was Thursday, but I'm even more excited to see Sunday when it's real live action. Even though it's
Yeah.
preseason,
When
this
it's
is
real
real.
live action.
Let's see what he's really looking like. Because if he turns up in that game or these games, yeah, we know what it is. So that was good to see. Now also with Jalen Brook, I was about to call them Jalen brothers because that's what it feels like.
We might
But
as
with
well call them the
I
Jalen's,
mean
but anyway, go
the
ahead.
Jalen's, but Tolbert,
Jalen. Mm-hmm.
I think this is your year, Tolbert. It's year three. That's
Yep.
what they say. A lot of the players, year three is when we find out. So it's been good because the rookie season was wiped out. You saw a little bit of glimpse, but I was like, I don't know if he's going to be a 3 or 4 because it looks robotic. It's still kind of still a lot of thinking in the head. You can see a lot of
Mm-hmm.
thinking, but it was starting to be
Mm-hmm.
better. And it looks
Mm-hmm.
like maybe it has finally the light his switch has turned on. It looks like when I watch Tolbert now, it looks like he was playing like
Mm-hmm.
in South Alabama, natural, just playing the game, not thinking so
Yep.
no so much on the
Yep.
routes, the top of the
Yep.
tree. It's just natural when he's going after the ball.
Natural.
It just looks natural. And so
Yep.
that gets me excited because now you're looking like you were looking like in college, and that's what they drafted you for to look like that. So once
Mm-hmm.
again, game action. But I think it's going to transition, because we saw a
Yep.
little bit last year in real games, and
Yep.
we were hearing in camp, Star, oh, we only get fooled by the fool's gold. But we saw a little bit in the game, and if you see this
Yep. We
trajectory the
did.
way he's playing now, it gets you like, I think this will translate. Okay, I think he could be a
Yep.
three. I think he could be the three that we've been waiting for. You know what I mean? You draft
Absolutely.
him in the
I
third
do.
round. You want him to take that by the horns. And then Jalen Brooks,
Yep.
smooth, strong hands, just
Mm-hmm.
like you said, Star, interchangeable. You can interchange those guys. That's what you want.
That's
So
what you want.
even though these young guys are unproven, I saw Flower Noy. I'm not getting
Yep.
hyped about that small school, but he's got athletic
Flournoy.
ability. He got
Right.
a lot of
Flournoy
athletic
looked
ability.
good.
He got a
There
lot
was
of
some
athletic
catches
ability.
for him
So
too.
that
He
gets
had
me.
a couple of good catches today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
like
so
these guys are
just seeing those
building.
young guys, I'm like, let
Yeah.
me see you in action because you guys stepping up is only going to make this offense better.
Right. Right. Like this is a good because Flournoy, he's like that. He's kind of a big body wide receiver. That's why they
Mm-hmm.
say Des-ish. We know he's not Des
Yeah.
Bryant. Nobody's saying that, but he's Des-ish. So this is a him, Cooper Rush throwing him not a screen, what a slant, and you can just see like this is the type of big body wide receivers you want running slants. Let me see if I can. Oh, there's go Cooper Rush throwing to Ryan Florney.
Oh, that was a good inside out move. I like that move. Okay, Flournoy.
Inside out. Ooh, ooh,
Mm. Oh, I like it.
bam. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I see you. I see
Ooh,
Flournoy.
ooh.
I
And
think
you know what, B?
if you close it, I think we'll go back to normal. When I close it, messes up. So when you close it out, I think when you close it out, it's good.
Yeah, it goes back to
Yep.
normal.
See.
Okay.
Okay.
So
We
that's
got
what's
it.
up with Flournoy, and actually that's that route you see because Mike likes those in and out routes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Remember, first interception in the playoff, who was running it? Brandon Cooks
Mm-hmm.
got pulled off the route. That's why you don't want little guys like that running those types of routes. You need a
Mm-hmm.
bigger body wide receiver. So glad to see that they're looking at his skill set and saying, yeah, we could definitely use him there for sure. So you
Mm-hmm.
got Ryan Flournoy, but I mean, honestly, the offense did look good today. Um,
What do
the
you think
other
about the
stands
running game?
running game looked good today. We still don't
I
know.
ain't count. I ain't counting that because they ain't tackling. I ain't count. I'm sorry, Star. Not. I'm not getting hyped on that. I saw
Like we
Ezekiel
can
Elliott
at
go through
least.
some holes, but nah, nope, 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 nope,
You
nope.
telling me you ain't getting hyped on this? Is this what you're
I
telling me?
I am not getting hyped on Ezekiel Elliott breaking through a hole and they're touching him. No, because a
Is
lot of
that
those
what you're
guys are.
telling me?
I mean, I'm just saying. I will say this: he had more explosion. I will say that when he was coming
Yes.
out of his break, it did look like he had
Mm-hmm.
explosion. So I'm with that. You know what I mean? But I ain't
Yeah.
with that tag stuff. And oh, Ezekiel Elliott, no, sorry, you're not gonna get me on that one. Nope, sorry, won't do
Y'all
it.
not B
Mm-mm.
said yawn.
I ain't impressed by that. I am not impressed
He
because they're
said
tagging him.
yeah. Yeah, we still gotta see. I don't even know. Here's some Rico Dowdle highlights. Rico Dowdle looked
Rico's
good
cool.
today.
Rico's cool. I like Rico. I like Rico last year, but I can't get hyped on you because you're hurt guy.
That's exactly right. That's why you know what big, and that's why I keep telling people like
Hmm.
everybody's like, oh, Rico's RB1. He's RB1, but I'm like, guys, y'all do realize that like Rico is with his body, the way his body's set up. I don't think he's gonna make it through a full season. I just don't without missing
No.
any games. He's kind of like
Hmm.
Tyron Smith. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
good, but they gonna miss a few
but you know
games
you know
because
he's getting hurt.
exactly. So it's like we can't count. Rico is a good sprinkle, right? He's a good compliment, but
Hmm.
as
He
us
ain't
saying,
no main guy.
right? I don't know why people saying that RB1. I'm like, definitely not. He's not gonna be no main guy. So that's why you're still, but the running back room is pretty much empty because behind Rico and Zeke, uh,
Royce Freeman's hurt.
do yeah, Royce Freeman Deuce is hurt. They've been out for like a couple of practices now. So really, you got what Snoop Connor and
I
what's the
want
other
to ask
guy's
you about
name?
Deuce. I want to ask you about Deuce though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ask me about him.
They're playing him at receiver. Really?
Well, they're making him have a dual role, basically.
Ah, why
That's
is he on
one
the
of Deuce's
team?
best.
Why is he on the team?
That why is he on the team?
Yeah, you
Because
tell me.
I believe Deuce is on the team because I believe that he's probably one of the most dynamic weapons that you got on your offense.
Think
Outside of
so?
CDs, yeah,
So
I
why
really
can't they
do.
get him on
Like,
the field?
well, he hurt now. Like
Well,
everybody is saying cut Deuce because now he has a hamstring, but
mm-hmm,
he didn't miss all of OTAs. Everybody's
mm-hmm,
concerned because they're like, "Oh, you're missing all installs." But Mike was like, "Well, him and Royce already went through the installs. Right now, he's like, but we want to see them go full speed. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
mm-hmm,
difference. This this is my thing with Deuce. Let us see him on the field with an actual running scheme, and
mm-hmm,
then you make your determination that he sucks and that he should be cut. Right
mm-hmm,
now, unfortunately, you can't do that because they basically redshirted him last year. Anytime they did throw him in there, they didn't have him on special teams. That's a reason why a lot of times he wasn't active. And then when they did throw him in there, you're throwing him in there at garbage time, and we had a terrible scheme to begin with. So my thing is, when we saw Deuce in the preseason, everybody was excited. We get to the season, you use him for the first two games, we're like, this is looking good. After that, we didn't use him anymore. So, and then now he's hurt. So I get what people are saying, but I'm like, I think Deuce still deserves a chance. And he has a hamstring injury. It's not like he's out for the season or something like that. So he's gonna come back from that injury. It's just a matter of when he's gonna come back. If anything, if you really feel like, hey, we need to go out there and get another guy, go out there and get one. Just redshirt Deuce. But I feel like it's too premature. He's just a second year player to cut him. That's my opinion. Now people just say cut him.
Well, it
He's not
saves him
dynamic.
because
He
he
has
is a draft pick. Because he's a draft
right,
pick, and you know how they love the draft picks, and they'll force it down your throat to make sure they're not wrong in there. So I think Deuce will be able to stay on the team because he is a draft pick. But my thing is, how are y'all really incorporating him in this offense? Like, y'all need to be able to put him in. Like, you drafted him
right
to be some dynamic weapon for your team. You
for
need to
your
figure it out
team.
then, in my opinion, because that's taking
But
up a roster spot. Does he play special teams? Is he going to take off the kick
right,
returns?
he's
What is he doing?
he said he's doing special teams too. He said Bones
Okay.
has plays keyed up for him and Turp where they're supposed to have like dual because now you can have like two returners at the same time and all
Mm-hmm.
this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they've obviously trying to get him and Turp more involved and on the field. regardless, I think him and Turp, they probably will be doing kind of because they using Turp out of the backfield too. So they're trying to get these guys that are like specialty guys to have multiple roles because if you got multiple roles, multiple versatility, then you can make the team. I feel like if Deuce was out there, then we could see some, but we don't have nothing to judge him on because the only time he was active was before pads came on. You can't judge the run game or anything before pads come on. So
Uh-huh.
that's where Deuce is now. He like Izzy. Izzy made them incredible plays, had a good practice, and then now he's got a freaking groin injury, and we don't know how long that's gonna last. So it's just some players are getting affected by injury, but it's not that they. To me, it's not that they don't have talent. You know what I'm saying? So I know Deuce has talent. I seen him. I seen him go
He
play
does
in
have
the
talent.
big. I know he has talent. I seen him play against the big. Didn't go to no small school. He went to a big school. Played against Alabama and all those schools. So we know he has talent. He can play with big NFL talent. It's just a matter of y'all didn't have no reason. I didn't like what they did last year is Mike didn't have no plan for him last year. He said he
Uh-huh.
did, but he ain't had no plan for Deuce. And then
Uh-huh.
when our running back coach was out, they just didn't have no plan. That's why they pretty much redshirted him because they're like, we don't know. But they specifically carved out roles for him this year. So it's all that I keep hearing is like he just needs to get back. We're just ready to get him back. He just needs to get back. So we'll see what happens with Deuce.
I'll
Like I
believe it when I see it.
exactly. But it's like if Deuce gets back, I'm hoping he can get back to at least play 2 preseason games. If he played in the 2 preseason games, and we like, or what he's doing is like this guy is it looks better. Like y'all doing the same thing, but he looks way better than you. Then that's just then that's just what it is. But y'all know me. I gotta have evidence. I don't just go along with people because they say he sucks and he's short. Because I haven't seen him suck, so I'm not gonna say that. But if people can have their opinions, y'all don't think
Uh-huh.
he's too short or whatever. That's fine. That's your opinion, but that's
Uh-huh.
not mine. So that's just how I feel about it.
Well, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna see. He says he has a role carved out. Let me see it, because, like I said, you need to figure something out with him, because you got to figure something out with him, or why is he on the roster, taking up a roster spot, and someone else could be
Correct.
doing it. So,
Correct. I'm 100
use
percent
him.
with that.
You feel me? Use him.
But
Figure
it's
it out,
like
because if
there's
you're not, I don't want to hear that noise from no Mike McCarthy about him.
That's true. If they don't have no role for him, I'd rather him get cut because I feel like don't Deuce don't deserve he doesn't deserve his talent to be wasted. Like I believe
Right.
in
He
Deuce.
could
I
go
don't think
somewhere
he
else and turn up. You feel me? If y'all
exactly
not going to use him
exactly
properly, let him go somewhere else and turn up. If y'all don't know what to do with him.
Trey. How he didn't look good last preseason? He literally had like 2 or 3 touchdowns. He was breaking tackles. Like what are you talking about? He definitely looked good last preseason for sure. But anyway, what
So let
else
me
do I
ask you a
say?
little. Let me ask you a little bit, because
Defense.
you a little. Hold up before we go defense, because you a little biased on your boy BB. You been leave him alone. He can get them snaps. Leave him alone. He can snap the ball.
I mean, he
How do
got the
you
snaps now. He got
do
the
you
snaps.
think?
He got the. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
but do you think he's gonna overtake? I mean, I don't even know why I'm saying this. Brock Hoffman. People are like really trying to force Brock Hoffman down my throat, and I don't want you to do it. I'm not
That's
doing
what
it.
I'm saying.
I'm
Let
not
me
doing it.
let me show y'all
Sorry.
this. This is what this is. It's the media spinning narratives. Let me show y'all this because see, everybody want to. First of all, the past couple of practices, BB ain't had no bad snaps, right? So, but people keep saying, as long as he can get consistency with those snaps, because I think there's people in the building that like Brock Hoffman. He's a quote
No, there
unquote
is. That's
dog.
for sure. There is.
He's a dog and he's a leader and all of this BS. But I'm like, y'all just I feel how people felt like they was trying to force Scoon on us. I feel like they
They
trying to
are
force
forcing
BB.
him.
They're trying to force BB down our throat. I mean not BB. They're
You
trying
mean
to force Hoffman.
Hoffman? Yeah.
Hoffman. Yeah, they're trying to force Hoffman down our throats. They're not criticizing him at all. I done seen Hoffman. Listen, I got all the clips up. Twitter don't want me to post them though. I keep trying to post them. Twitter's like, no, it cannot load. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay,
So
Twitter.
that's Jerry Jones. Them like, nah, we
Yeah,
gotta, we want
don't
to.
put anything bad
And
out.
here, and,
But
and
look at
here's the other
go
thing
ahead.
though. He's young and undrafted. He's probably
Exactly.
he's probably kissing the star. He's probably kissing the ring. He probably kissing that ring. So they're like, oh yeah, yeah Hoffman, yeah Hoffman. But I'm
Hoffman,
sorry,
Hoffman.
I
We
do not
love Hoffman.
believe. I do not believe. And if he comes back and does it, awesome. But I do not believe Brock Hoffman in a 17 game season. I'm sorry, I don't. You're going against guys that are second teamers, maybe third teamers. You're not playing those guys. And like I said, the one start when everybody's like, Brock Hoffman did good on this one start. That was against the Washington Commanders. Those were backups. Those were backups. Damn near the whole front line of the defense were backups in that game. So I'm sorry, I'm not on the Brock Hoffman train, y'all. I'm not on it. I'm not
I'm not
hating
gonna
on
be
him,
on it.
but I'm not
Right.
on the train. He is a backup. Period.
I'm
Don't
only
force him down
having
my
to
throat.
speak up. I'm only having to speak up so much because people continue to spread lies to me about my guy. They're not calling the thing fair because y'all like Hoffman. I get it. But Hoffman is not BB, guys. Like, come on, be for real, dog. Like, we seen the clips. We see he is a. I've already concluded he is a slightly better Tyler Biotish. Slightly better. But the anchor, them getting pushed back. I mean, them not being able to down block, it's pretty much the same. He's a little bit stronger. So it's basically it's like, do you want to just get a little bit better or do you want to dominate? It's up to you. That's how I feel. Like, you want to get a little bit better or do you want to dominate? Because I don't understand. But here's a clip Brock Hoffman. You see, and shout out to Nicole. She doing her dang thing. Um, from DallasCowboys.com. I think her name is Nicole Hutchison. But she
Hmm.
posted this clip. Uh, can you view? Can you put it on the screen?
Let me
I
see.
think I'm trying to
Try to
share.
try to share it because it'll tell me when you're trying to share
Oh,
it.
it said I was sharing it. Okay, let me go back. Let me share again. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Whoops. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
can
it
you
is.
see it?
Hmm.
Okay, so here's a clip of from Hoffman, right? And so she's like, "Oh, this is her comment. Her comments. Good communication here with Dak and Hoffman pre-snap. TD Brandon Cooks. But y'all tell me, is this a good or a bad snap from Brock? And this is Brock Hoffman. He's just excellent. That's why he's so much ahead of Cooper BB. I put low snap. Now, did Dak catch it? Yeah. But Dak literally had to reach down to the ground to get it. My whole point is Brock Hoffman is not a perfect. He's not this perfect snapper that everybody's trying to make him out to be. Because that's the only reason why he's really over BB right now. Because they're saying, oh, BB he can't get on the field basically until every snap is perfect. But I just think that that's BS. Like, that's no center is gonna be just perfect dead center. Maybe Jason Kelsey, maybe, you know what I'm saying, like the best center in the world. But
Well, I'll also say this also two star.
yeah, go ahead.
If Brock Hoffman, because I think he may be a little more advanced in the calls at the line, and I think that's why he is on the field, not just the snaps, because remember he played all last year, and then he really thought, okay, I could be playing center, so he went hard at it. Whereas BB was still playing college, whatever. So I feel like he already had to jump mentally on it, and that's what he just trained for, trained for. I want to be the center. I want to train. So I think he had that mental edge right there with the line, the communication, making the points. And I think that's the main reason why they keep because they trust that. Okay. And I think they just don't trust it from BB right now. I think they know that ability's there, but they just don't trust it. And I feel like when they got Dak back there, and you putting the rookie back there and it's not all the way ready, it could be a disaster. And I think they maybe they don't want to damage him and start out with more of the vet and kind of bring him along slowly. Maybe that's what it could
Awesome.
be, but we'll be able to see in preseason as well. But I think that's what it is because Hoffman is not the better player. We know that.
Yeah, he's not the better player.
He's
And
not the better player.
sources tell me that Cooper already has like all the checks, all the playbook. Like, he been had that down before training camp even kicked off. So
Hmm.
I don't think that that's the issue. I really think the issue is just he was having trouble on those individual ISO drills. He was having trouble. He was having
Hmm.
trouble snapping the ball and basically like getting out of his sets, to block or whatever. So he was struggling like the first couple of weeks of practice. But I'm like, now, like, when you look at BB, like, he hasn't had, and this is, the Kyle Humans and stuff like that saying, he's just been stacking really good days. We haven't really had no issues with BB. Like, he looks good out there. So it's like pretty much, I don't know why Solari with him is not at least letting him just like sprinkle in. That's the only thing that's like
Solari
just.
liked him. Solari looked like he don't like rookies though. Let's keep it real, Star. Because
You
Tyler,
think so?
he's playing Chuma and Indoga. He's playing
Yeah.
him, and Guyton's your first round pick. He needs to hit the ground running. You did it with Tyler Smith. What's the difference?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tyler Smith
I,
hadn't
I'm
was
I'm with
was
that.
not playing tackle like that in college. He was playing guard, right? He was playing guard and tackle. But when he came to Dallas, he was at the guard position. All of a sudden, Tyron Smith goes down. They said, "Bump it. We throwing you at a left tackle, and you gonna do this." Yes, did he have some bumps in the road? But after you saw that season, did you say we like Tyler Smith? He got a lot of potential, and he could be a
You
great left
did.
tackle. Then you
You
saw the
did.
move back and forth, but you saw all that potential. He hit the ground running. Why are you gonna handcuff Guyton now and be throwing some Chuma Doga there? Not like he's had a terrible camp, but you drafted him in the first round. Why is he sitting?
Exactly. I have to agree with you there. Carl, let me know. You said when I comment, no one else does. What you mean? Let me know what you talking about, Carl. But yeah, this is just a thing with Solari. But at least big he's sprinkling Tyler in with the
Mm-hmm.
ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference. It's like I get it that you're trying to, slow play these guys and all that stuff, but it's like Cooper is not unless it's at a guard position. You're not giving him any time to get though, because he was getting chemistry with Dak at OTAs, and then all of a sudden he comes to camp, and now you can't give him no snaps with the one. That's what's just confusing to me. I'm like, I don't know if you're just trying to get him ready because you like, listen, you're gonna be the center all preseason, and this is the quarterback that you're gonna be playing with. So we're not playing Dak in the preseason, so it would just be a waste of time. I don't know what they're doing, but all I know is if I see Cooper BB go out here on Sunday, no balls on the ground. He's dominating and pancaking people. I'm going to have to get louder because
Mm-hmm.
it's just I have to do what I feel like is best for the team. I'm not hating on Brock Hoffman. I think that he's a I do think that he's a dog. I do think he's a leader. It just comes down to ability.
He's a
He
good backup. Just say it. He's a good backup.
exactly.
He's not a starter. Just say it, Star. He's a good backup. If somebody goes down, he can come in a pinch, play some guard for you, maybe some left, maybe some right, maybe some center. He's versatile like that. But he's not the guy, in my opinion, doing a 17 game season year in and year out. No, I don't believe it.
That's just
I
my
just
opinion.
I'm
That's
not
just
going to
my
believe
opinion.
that. No.
Yeah, I just like I just hate, I'm really not hating or anything like that. I just don't he's just he's a good backup. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I'm starting to feel the same about TJ Bass. I feel like both of those
Yeah, he's a
guys,
backup.
they're really good backups. But we need to pump the brakes. Pump the brakes on. They need to be the starter. Carl, yeah, people just not talking to my chat. I don't know. But it's
That's
it's
all right. You
okay.
can come over here.
Yeah, you can go big because everybody talking to Big Shay said what they need to do to stop the politics. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is there? I'm hoping. You know what? I'm slow playing it because first I came out, I was like, it's politics, and then I talked to some people and they're like, calm down, everything's fine. I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm leaving it alone. But all I know, we come out. Keith still broke off with his. You know it, Keith. He's just a
I
good,
mean,
serviceable
for
guy.
real.
I don't
I
know how
mean,
else to
and we
say
love
it.
Joe Looney, right? But Joe Looney wasn't your
Exactly.
starter, right? Joe Looney was a
Exactly.
backup. Like we love Joe Looney, but Joe Looney was a backup. Now he did start, but he did have some struggles when he went against those stronger type players, those dogs in the middle.
It's the
And I'm
same
telling,
thing with
and we
Tyler.
can
Be honest.
say, and we can say the same. We're gonna say this thing about Brock Hoffman. Everybody gonna be on this train, and then he gonna get his ass whooped in a game.
Exactly.
They're
We
gonna
see
be
him
like,
get his
why he
ass
still
whooped.
playing? Why he playing? Why he playing?
Ex-
Why go through
Exactly.
that?
We see him get his ass whooped by Mozzie. Like, come on, bro. Like, it. Granted, let's show some clips of Mozzie because Mozzie's looking good, but at the same time, it's like, bro,
We'll see.
it's
I
at
need
the
to see
same
game.
time. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying, B. Like, Mozzie is looking
Okay.
good, but
Okay.
Mozzie is not right now on the level of our division opponents, like Dexter
Right.
Lawrence. Like, come on,
Exactly.
be for real. And it's like if you're getting your ass kicked by
and Phil and hey, I ain't hyping
What
on
do
Philly,
you
but they
think?
got a good defensive line. They got some guys in there. They got some
Exactly. Like,
Jordan
what do
Davises.
y'all
They got some
think?
big boys.
Exactly. They got Milton Williams. What do y'all think's gonna happen? I'm not trying to be an a hole, but I'm just saying Brock Hoffman is just a really good backup. That's how I see him. I think he's a really good backup.
And
I like his
and here's the
leadership and
thing:
all that stuff. I think that's great.
when we look throughout the league, I mean, maybe I need to check. He went undrafted. Okay, for every one Brock Purdy, there's a million that ain't. Right?
A
Right?
million Sam Darnolds.
That's saying it's rare. And what happens is
Hmm.
people pump up that one guy that's done did something and they act like
Hmm.
they're all doing it. No,
Yeah.
they're not.
No,
They're more
that's
failures
not
than
it.
success stories. So I'm
Exactly.
sorry. That man was undrafted. So that's my last thing about some Brock Hoffman. I'm not wanting him to fail, but please let's not believe in him being the guy for this team. Sorry,
That's
I'm not
all I'm
believing that
saying.
one.
And Solari need to chill out, dog. It's like and it's like Solari. Do you really want to sit? We're looking at these at Tyler and BB as like, okay, this is some clips of mine. I don't know if the Rams offensive line is just because we was kind of killing them on the defensive side of the ball. It was just like they were saying the first snap the first snap we was just getting sacks. So I don't know if their line just sucks. But this is just good technique from us. You know what I'm saying? Like that's good technique. Go ahead and
We
dip,
want to
get your
see
pad level.
improvement, right? We
Exactly. Get
want to
his
see
pad levels
improvement.
low. Get your pad levels low and get to the quarterback. That's what we want to see. Like, here's another one. I think no, that's Marshawn Needling, who
Like I
also
said, I
look
need.
good.
Here's
We can
the
show some
thing. I will say for Mozzie, I want you to do good. You drafted in the first round. Dallas needs help at the defensive tackle position. Dallas, we all need him to step up, right? Because
right.
that's what you need that position. It is a weakness right now. So you want him
Yep.
to step up. But I like seeing that. That's good. The thing that I love is Zimmer. Uh Jeff Z. I like him as a coach. He's intense.
Yeah,
He's not
Zanina.
letting
Yeah.
he's not letting because if I watched him as a player, and he was just
Hmm.
he as a player, he's coaching at how he played. So he coaches
Right.
hard. So I appreciate how he's coaching Mozzie hard. And then I think Zim is giving him good, tough love too, though. I think he's encouraging him. I think the thing that they
Hmm.
said when they first got Mozzie is we breaking it down. We're gonna work with hands first. We're gonna work with them
Right.
hands first. And if you notice that, that's what you see. You see the hand work, right? So that's something
Yep.
that they identified before training camp, and now you see it. So I will say that's a positive because that's saying that
Yep.
he's listening, he's working, and it's getting better. Now we saw a little bit here in camp. Now we need to see it in that game and the rest of these
Yep.
three games. So you can have some
Right.
confidence down the line that Maz is going to do something. I still think you need depth on that defensive tackle position. Stop moving those
Yeah.
damn three techs in that middle. You stop it. Just stop. You
Yep.
got Golston, you be Osa, you be putting all them smaller guys in that defense 280s. You're gonna get your ass kicked. Okay, so get a big boy.
You need 300 plus pounders. Especially like on rundown stuff like that. Um, yeah, I just think that our defensive Mozzie's getting better. We added in Albert Huggins, which Big said he ain't getting
Oh
hype about
yeah.
at all.
I'm
He said
not
I
getting
ain't getting
hyped
hype
about
about
him.
him.
No, hell no. He's an orphan. 11
You
squads
said
in 5 years, Star. 11 squads in 5 years.
big.
And we're getting hyped about that. Don't do it, Star.
No, it's not to get hype big. I'm not saying get hype about it. I'm saying can he come in here and do his
You
damn
said he,
job?
oh, he played on Atlanta. God, no, I can't get hyped on that because guess
I
what?
said he
Atlanta was
played on Atlanta.
okay.
Atlanta was a middle of the road defense. He worked his way up to starting. I don't know the kid's story, so I don't know why you was just on a lot of different teams. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is from his film last year, he looks good. Does that mean that he's gonna come here and look good? No. But sometimes you have those journeymen, like a Carlos Watkins. The first year we got Carlos Watkins, he looked good. The second year we had Carlos Watkins in 2022. People forget we did miss when he went to the Cardinals. Like
He
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 had
had a
started
he had a he had a he had a good season
right.
at
He in
Arizona.
2020. Right, he had a good season in Arizona. He had a good season for us in 2022, and he was a journeyman. So just because somebody a journeyman don't mean that they can't be good for you. That's all the point I'm making. I'm not saying Albert
Yeah,
Hubbard's gonna be good. I
I
don't
hear
know.
you. I
We just
sorry.
gotta. We
We're
just
gonna have to
gotta
disagree on that one,
see.
Star. I ain't even getting hyped
That's
on nothing
fine.
about him. Sorry.
That's fine. We don't. You don't have to. You don't have to. I heard he unfollow. Oh, they talking about CD
Oh,
Lamb. CD
CD
Lamb.
unfollow. Yeah,
He
he like
unfollowed the
okay. I'm gonna get serious.
Cowboys. Yeah, he unfollowed the Cowboys. He
They
took
all
the
do that
Cowboys out.
though.
Yeah, they all do that. He takes it
They
out the
all do that.
takes
And then when they
taking
sign the
out the
contract,
bio.
they with Cowboy stuff right back up.
They put all the
What's up,
pictures
Rico?
back. What's up? What's up, Rico? Glad to see you. Yeah, it's just it really is just Jerry just loved to just do stuff to piss everybody off. He lives for it because he know they're gonna wake up tomorrow and on first all these shows. Jerry Jones said he's not worried about signing CD Lamb and all of this kind of crazy stuff. But it's like, whatever, Jerry, you gonna sign him. You
You're
gonna
going
sign him,
to.
Jerry.
You got you
Period.
better.
You're going to
But you
sign him,
know
Jerry.
what? I've been
Just cut
hearing
it
it,
out.
and even my guy Mike White said it, and I've been hearing in the streets. And Mike was telling me that the reason why is this big holdup that, and it makes sense to me. CD's like, hey, if you ain't signing Dak, why I want to sign? Why I want to sign with y'all for another 5 6 years, and you don't sign Dak? That's I don't know if I want to do that. So guess what? I might have to just sit and wait and see what you're gonna do with Dak. I'm gonna keep
Yep.
it real. If I was a receiver and
Yeah.
I've been playing
Justin
with my
Jefferson did
quarterback the
that
whole damn
too.
time. If I and I'm playing my quarterback and he's really continuing to turn up, I ain't gonna just be signing those 4 or 5 year deal. And this guy is gone, and now we don't know who we got. Man? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna wait and see what you're gonna do with that before I do anything.
Yeah. That's just I mean that's just a smart thing to do. And all these receivers because their whole livelihood, their careers is predicated off of having decent quarterback play. Now, depending on what type of tier wide receiver you are, you don't have to have an elite quarterback. A good
Right.
wide receiver can make a okay quarterback better, but dude, what him and Dak built is special. If I'm going to commit to you guys for my pretty much my whole youth, if I'm going to commit to you guys for the rest of my youth, I need to know that this guy is going to be here. Because
Yes.
right now,
Because
y'all
CD's about
playing,
what, 24, 25?
yeah, y'all are playing games in our face. We already know the Trey Lance experiment is over. Right now, we just trying to see Trey Lance. I don't know what Trey Lance gonna do. Maybe he goes up there
You
and
be hating on
and,
Trey Lance, dog.
and he's amazing. I don't hate on Trey Lance. I literally acknowledge when he does good.
Oh, okay.
I do.
I be watching you, Star. Every time he throw the ball, you be
I
like,
don't.
oh, that was a high pass. Oh, that was long.
If it's
Oh,
if
Trey
it's a
Lance.
if he's a high pass, I'm gonna criticize him on it. Absolutely, I'm gonna criticize him on it. And if Dak was out there
Okay.
throwing high
But you
and
said the
terrible
experiment is
passes,
already over and he ain't played a preseason game. Give this man a chance. You said you giving these other people chances. You
I'm
giving
talking about
journeyman
the
chances.
no. What I'm talking about is the Jerry Jones is Trey Lance the starter type of narrative.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not talking about him out on the QB2. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
He
Okay.
can go out in preseason, ball out. We see you got something on him. I mean, you got something in him. He's QB2. That's fine. But I'm talking about, like everybody was saying, all the content creators, Jerry's going to spin this narrative. Once training camp comes, Trey Lance going to be hitting all the targets. He going to be doing it. I'm like, that's pretty much done. Because everybody's like, no. Right now, it's pretty much
Right.
like, we just want him to try to look more consistent. So I'm saying that's
Yeah.
done. But as far as him
Okay.
and Cooper Rush, yeah, they still can battle. They still can battle it out. Because like Cooper Rush looks good, but we just know who Cooper Rush is. You know, if you have more in
Yeah.
Trey Lance, I don't hate on Trey Lance. If I watched Trey Lance and I saw that he was good, I would be saying, "Dang, Trey Lance kind of good." My bad,
Right.
y'all.
Right.
Like I'm not that type of person. If I see a player's kind of good and I hated on them before, I will do that. It's a lot more people trying to, hate on like everything he do. They try to point it out, and even
Right.
sometimes like I've caught myself. Like it was a him and Dak doing the bucket thing, shooting
Mm-hmm.
the thing. Dak
Mm-hmm.
did it, then Trey Lance made it, and I was like, the throws look different, but I was like, I ain't gonna tweet that out because I'm not a hater. Like I'm not about to sit here and hate
Right.
on it. Like he hit the target.
Right.
Period. So
Yeah.
I was like,
And that ain't easy. I don't care what you
exactly,
do. That
exactly.
that's hard.
So ain't
But like
nobody
I
trying to
said,
be. I don't hate on Trey Lance.
The thing with Trey, I don't even think they need to play Cooper Rush. They need to play Trey Lance all preseason, in my opinion. Play him all 4 quarters. Just me. What do you need to see Cooper Rush for? You know what he is. You know Dak ain't playing. The hell? Play Trey Lance all preseason. Why not? What are you going
I
to see
mean
in
that
Cooper Rush? What do you need? What do you
they
need to see in
said
Cooper Rush?
they said he's getting majority of the snap. They'll probably let Cooper Rush just play a quarter, and
Start
then
the
they'll
first
let Trey.
quarter.
Yeah, they'll let Cooper Rush probably play a quarter, and then they'll just let Trey Lance play the last 3 quarters. So he's
They
going
need
to
to.
get. They've already said that he will
Hmm.
be getting majority of the snaps in the preseason. So everybody wants to choose Trey Lance. Everybody's saying maybe he's a gamer. Maybe he's a gamer. Okay, we gonna see. Maybe he is. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Maybe he is.
yeah.
So we'll
We
we'll
gonna
see.
see.
We're gonna find out on Sunday. And even if he sucks on Sunday, that doesn't mean that he's out of the race either. Because
Hmm.
you look at somebody like a Will Greer. He sucked the first 2 preseason games. When Dak started calling plays, he looked damn good. So it doesn't mean that you're just out. Like they saying they're gonna allow these guys. They you have until the last especially Trey Lance, because he's not going to get or be a roster cut. So Trey Lance has until the last preseason game to prove that he can be quarterback too. So I'm not gonna just say, oh, he effed up preseason game 1. Oh no, he's done. I'm not gonna say that because you got to give him more chances. But if he's still in preseason 3, looking like he did in preseason 1, if I see him as quarterback 2, I'm gonna have to be honest and say, yeah, you just got the spot because Jerry and them just don't want to look wrong. It's not that you earned it.
That's
Like,
gonna that I think that's gonna be it regardless. I think that's gonna be it regardless. Star, let's keep it real. They're not gonna just say we gave up on this because they don't never want to look stupid. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
I hear what you're saying.
they're gonna Trey Lance didn't too. Did you see that? They'll say whatever. Jerry. They'll say all that crazy stuff, just
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
as I said before, man, you better beat out Cooper Rush because Cooper Rush, great mind. We know he's the mind, but we know the physical ability. We know it's not there.
Right,
So
right,
you
right,
gotta
right,
you
right.
gotta you Trey, you gotta show something, bruh. Like you get in these
Yeah,
preseason games, you got to turn up because
yeah.
you need to beat out
It's
Cooper Rush, bro. Like there ain't. I'm just flabbergasted. You better beat him out. Like
That's
seriously.
what I'm saying. And this is a fair competition. They're giving Trey a chance. So he's going to. It's his show. It's his world. We're just living in it.
Hmm.
Like that's what preseason gonna be. So he's gonna get a fair chance. But
Let's hope.
again, guys, like Trey
Turn up.
Lance, still not looking like that guy. The third preseason game, and he's going in. This is his 4th year. I don't know what to tell y'all.
Then
But then
it looked like a duck. It walked like a duck. It's a duck.
yep. But he could, but he could also have a comeback. Geno Smith did. Geno Smith looked like a backup, but then he earned his way to a starting position contract. So it just may not be his time right now. Maybe he just needs to go to just get more snaps. I feel like he can get that on another QB needy team than here because this was pretty much locked unless you just get rid of Dak. But even so, everybody's on a 1-year deal, so you still got to pay Trey Lance if you want him here. So it's like it's not like, oh, we could just keep him. We don't have to pay him. No, you got to pay him because
Yeah,
this is
you got to
last
pay
year
him.
and you didn't pick up his 5th year option. So
Nope. And if you loved him so much, you would have picked up that option. So that tells you right there you didn't love him that much because you didn't pick up that option.
exactly, and he's still, and I don't think his agent Trey is so young still. It depends on what his agent's willing to accept. But I mean, if he
This
don't
your
prove
last
nothing back,
hurrah, Trey. You better play football. This your last hurrah,
yeah,
dog.
that's
I'm
all I
just
got
keeping it
to
real.
say.
This your last hurrah,
That's
Trey.
about
Okay,
it.
you got
Right, this
probably
is
got
about it.
overdrafted against with San Francisco. You got overdrafted. Okay, they made the mistake. They admit it. So now Dallas gets you, and they try to show you. If you come over here and don't do anything, I don't see where you're doing anything in the NFL. I'm sorry. You're not going to go team for team, and all of a sudden you probably 14, the final four
Yeah,
team. Then all of a
no,
sudden you turning
I
up,
don't
and
see
now
it.
you are 4, 5, 6. No, you're not. If you don't make it here
Yeah.
in Dallas, we're probably never going to see you again. My opinion.
That's what I already said. I said, listen, if Trey Lance don't put it together by this third preseason game, he's headed to the Arena
Uh,
League. He's headed
Arena
headed to
League,
the UFL.
UFL, whatever. You're not
UFL.
an
That's
NFL
where
guy. You're not
that's
an
where he's
NFL guy.
headed. That's all
Nope,
I gotta
not
say.
an
But
NFL guy. You just wash your
um,
hands. You just wasted the fourth. Hey, move on. That's what it is. But
yeah,
let's
you just
talk
gotta
about
move on.
Let's
Go
talk
ahead.
about them corners though, because we have a mutual agreement on one guy, Nashawn
Hmm.
Wright. He got to go.
He
You got to
gotta
go,
go.
Nashawn. You got to go.
He
I
gotta
don't know
go.
how
He gotta
you only been on this team because of your draft status. That's it.
go.
That's
He's
it.
got to go. I have
That's
no
it.
idea why they.
Carson,
I
Carson,
I
Carson
put
got your
this tweet
spot,
out.
bro.
It went. I'm like, I just be throwing tweets out here. 300 and something likes, 100 reposts. But what did I put about it? It just was bad. People trying to tell me, oh, but that's a hard route to cover. I'm like, yeah, it may be a hard route to cover, but dude, this is
He
your
been
fourth
getting
year
he
in
been
the
yeah
NFL.
he been getting the business every year.
And that's a practice squad player. I'm not trying to be, trying to just
Yes,
talk trash about Jalen
facts,
Moreno Crawford,
Keystone.
but he's a practice squad player. Like I don't know,
And he turning
um,
killing you.
he's killing
What do you
you,
think these
dog.
other
Like
guys? What do you think these other
he
guys gonna do?
exactly like if a practice squad player is putting you in a blender, I don't know. I just don't know how that's gonna work out for you. That's all I'm saying. And I didn't have him
You
making the
just
roster
don't.
last year. I think he
Right.
only made it truly because Dan Quinn wanted him here. Because that was Dan Quinn who
That
picked
was Dan
him
Quinn's pick him.
that high in the third. Like, why did we do that? It was
Why
just
did you
so
even do that?
stupid.
There was nothing in there and that showed to take him in the third round. There was nothing.
It was nothing. Like that was like the biggest reach we've. Well, no, Scoon probably was, but that probably the second biggest reach we've had. Like if you look at this, like this is what the one I put. This is when I said he can't make this team. Absolutely not. I mean, he just doesn't have the hips to me to be an NFL corner. He's really tall. And you gotta kind of be a freak. You gotta be like a Izzy McQuamu that just has like
I'm
twitches.
gonna say
If you
Anthony
don't,
Brown's better than Nate Sean, so I ain't even gonna give him
oh
that, Keystone.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, Anthony Brown's better than him.
I'm with you, Key. Anthony Brown is better. Anthony Brown is better.
Yeah,
Cause I mean, just it's just like what's going on, and he been looking like that. It's year
right.
four, dog. He just don't. It's yeah. It's year four.
The
You putting
experiment's
up tape
over.
like this, yeah. You putting up tape like that against practice squad players. I just
Yeah,
don't know what to tell you. So I don't know why he's
yeah.
second.
That they
Why are
tried
you
to say
second?
that crap.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. They said Richard Sherman. Yeah, that's what he was saying. I model my game after Richard Sherman. Uh,
Bruh, you are nothing close.
uh,
And I'm sorry, I don't think you're gonna make any plays in the preseason. In
no,
my
he's not.
opinion, I
He gonna
just don't
get
think you're
plays
you're
gonna
gonna
be
get it.
made on him.
You gonna yeah, and they're gonna probably be a sixth or seventh rounder that's gonna be turning up from the opposite team that's gonna get you. It's just over. The experiment's over. That draft class was not a great draft class, except you had Osa and
And
Micah.
Mike, that was
That's
it.
about it. Everybody else, well,
That,
let's go. Josh Ball, Kelvin Joseph, Nashawn Wright. Who
mhm.
else? There was somebody else on there that ain't that didn't do
Simi
good either.
Fehoko, I
Semi
think. No, no.
Fehoko.
Oh no, he was 2020. I think Simi was 2020.
Nah, Semi
Oh,
Fehoko was in that class too.
oh well, Simi Fehoko. It's just bad. That class was bad.
That class is back, and that was Dan Quinn.
We cut
Dang.
Quentin Bohanna. Like it was bad. It
Oh
was bad.
Lord, yeah, that was
the
that was
only
bad.
the Well, we did get Izzy out of that class too, but if Izzy
But
can't
he
get healthy, we don't know. So
right.
you pretty much two players that Micah and Osa.
That's it.
That was a bad, yeah. But that was Dan Quinn drafting these traits,
Hmm.
and now you
Want to
gone.
draft? Always
And
draft tall, long. They ain't always got to be tall, long corners to be great. And that's what he
yeah,
did. He went off those measurables instead of
yeah,
looking to me at the full player. He
right.
went
That's
off the
how he drafts
measurables,
people. He did
and
the
I
same
don't
thing with
like
Eric
that
Scott.
because
It's
remember
like
we could have had what's the kid playing Asante Samuel Jr. and you
yeah,
went and got Kelvin Joseph, and then you got Nashawn Wright, both gone.
both gone.
Asante
Not
Samuel,
good.
he's pretty good. Yeah,
He's
he had
pretty
he had his way a little bit good, but I'll take him his little bumps in the road with them because they ain't even here or ain't even getting on the field. Where Asante Samuel has showed something in the league, and he's still young.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
mhm.
Talk about school by 26
Oh,
year old.
I mean, you
I
get what
said,
I'm
see, I
saying?
said the second. I said he was the second worst reach. I said Scoon was likely the first. In the recent draft classes. Now I don't know about all way back then, but
Mm,
in the recent
yeah.
draft classes, Schoon under the Mike McCarthy era, Schoon was the biggest reach we've had. Because
Yes.
I don't
Period.
think nobody was taking him. I think we could have got him fifth, sixth round. I don't think anybody was taking him at
Hmm.
all. And you missed that on guys like Drew Sanders. You missed that on guys like Tank Dell.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
just
This.
it was just a major. Like we could have had
Mm-mm-mm.
Tank Dell. We could have had Tank. And if Tank Dell was here, then Jalen Tober who? That's what
Yeah.
they was
Exactly.
Jalen who was but
Hmm.
anyway, it was just what
Yeah.
happened. He said
Tristan was
mine
bad
was
too.
Tracy Hill. That was pretty bad. But that wasn't in the
It
Mike
was
McCarthy.
bad too. Yeah.
That
That
was a
was that
lot of
was the
bad
Mike.
under Jason Garrett
Yeah.
era.
That.
Jason
Yeah.
Garrett,
Everything Jason touched to me was bad. So we can't. I ain't going. I ain't
we
giving
can't even
Jason
talk
Garrett
about
no
that.
love. He gets no
Yeah.
love on this channel. Jason Garrett gets no love ever on this channel. So
Thumbs
yes.
down. Thumbs down. But anyway,
But talk to
I
me
don't know,
about these
Biggie.
linebackers though. How do
Oh,
you feel
the
about them?
linebackers, great.
That's a strength
Like
now. That's a
I
strength
think it's,
now.
I think it's just crazy. There was a play. I don't know who had it. Eric Kendricks made a crazy play. I don't know. Our linebackers just seem like they on a different level.
Hmm.
This year they just are confident. I said it with Damone Clark. I think I got a
Coaching
Damone
too.
Clark
Coaching
coaching.
matters.
Paul Gunther, hello. You know what I'm saying? So
Coaching matters.
there's
Coaching
a
matters.
one I had. Dang, John Michelle, you ain't got no defensive snaps.
You
Okay,
know who
let me
may
go
be
somewhere.
you may who
John
you know who
Michelle
may be
got
the
my
best
thing.
off-season pickup this year?
Who?
Mike Zimmer.
Oh yeah, he's enough.
He
As
was the
Nate
best free
Newton
agent
said,
signing.
exactly as Nate Newton said, he the number one draft pick.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
Grandpa Zim was the best free agent signing this year.
he's the
Grandpa
number
Zim.
one draft pick. Okay, here is out here is not happy. Bop, bop, bop. I'm trying to see if I can find that one with Eric Kendrick just destroying the defense. So here's the one with Micah just destroying the defense.
Yeah,
But
I can't
anyway,
even I can't even front. I people were getting on me like, man, you hating on Zim. All I said was I don't want him being head coach because I'm gonna be yelling and going off because I know how Jerry and them be trying to do. But you know what? Zim is a great coach. I loved him when he was in Dallas before. I loved him when he was
mm-hmm,
at Cincinnati. I wanted him when he
mm-hmm,
was at Cincinnati. He was still a little bit younger, and he was get
yep,
man. He had them defenses playing at Cincinnati, right? When they had Andy Dalton,
yep,
one of the reasons why they
yep,
kept going to the playoffs because that defense. I mean, he
yep,
rebirthed Terrence Newman. You remember how
yep.
old Terrence Newman was? He rebirthed him. Okay, and he
Like,
made some good players in Cincinnati, right? They had some good defenses over there in Cincinnati.
yeah,
So
they did.
I love Zim's approach. He
He
don't
had a
play
good
around.
defense with the Vikings, and they didn't. He
Yes.
didn't have no, great defense with the Vikings. A defense that helped them get all the way to the NFC Championship with the Vikings, and I think Casey Keenum was their quarterback. So,
Hmm.
Zim is a guy that this is
I mean, Teddy
probably,
Bridgewater.
yeah, like this is probably the most what's his the most talent that he's had
Hmm.
in his career. Like because he had Eric Kendricks and he had Barr
They
in
had
his
some
prime,
talent.
obviously,
They had some talent over there in Minnesota. Harrison
and they
Smith.
had
I
the
mean,
corner Xavier
Rose,
Rose
Xavier
when he
Rose.
was in his prime. So
They
he done
had
had some,
yes, yes, yeah. He had some. He had some defenses now.
right. He's had some guys, but I feel like I'm taking Micah
Don't say
Parsons
that,
deep.
Dwayne. If you say that, I'm not watching Dallas. If you say that, because I feel like he will be.
Big has made that very clear. He said if Mike Zimmer becomes
If
a coach,
he becomes head
I'm
coach, I'm not
putting
watching
him
him.
out. But this is a
I'm
good.
done.
This Eric Kendrick. I mean, our linebackers are really just all over the freaking place. Like,
Hmm.
and I forgot who said it. Was it because they did the coaching interviews, the assistant coaches, and they were like, "This defense is to feature our linebackers," and you can clearly see it. Like, the
Hmm.
defensive tackles are just not asked to do too much. And our linebackers are literally just allowed to fly around with their heads cut off. I mean, and that's Eric Kendricks. That's our veteran. You know what I'm saying? Making these types of plays. And then on top of it, you got Damone. You got Maris. I don't know how many sacks Maris has had. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
just these guys are just, I don't know. They our linebackers have now become a strength for us, and we're so deep at linebacker now. Now you're like, well, even if we face, I'm trying to see if I can find it, but even if we face an injury, I'm not too worried about it because even the guys that I feel like we're gonna be able to bring back on the practice squad, I just don't. I'm not worried about it. Like I'm fine with those guys, like a Buddy Johnson and a Damian Wilson. Like these are guys. They also got Nick Vigil. Here's a
Yeah.
clip.
These,
They
but
got
you know
Nick.
what? I was on a show yesterday, Star,
Uh huh.
and we did this show, and my guy Marcus Jones, he really is an
Mhm.
in-depth guy. He is a guy that talks about things that he points out things I didn't know, and he was
Mhm.
talking to me about the kickoffs, and he was just
Mhm.
saying that what up action. He was telling me that you're going to see a lot more linebackers on this
Mhm.
kickoff because of the
Mhm.
blocking schemes. You may see some offensive linemen, you may see some tight ends because of the blocking scheme. It's going to be more strategic in the kickoffs. And when I
Mhm.
looked at the special teams, they had like who was playing it. I seen quite a few linebackers, like you
The
just said, the Buddy.
linebackers.
I seen a lot of linebackers in there, going in there. So I was just thinking, like, yeah, and Bones is one of the guys that really pushed this to get into the league. So if he was
Yeah.
one of the guys that really
Yeah.
pushed this, you know, he gonna be tricky with it.
Exactly. And I forgot who said it, but they said Bones have been working on Bones has been working on this kickoff. They said since last year. Like Bones, because Bones was already working on getting it passed, so he was already working with the special teams on it, getting them lined up because he do like most likely we go get this pass. So I'm really excited to see. You know, we got a lot of linebackers, like you said. A lot of them are very good on special teams. I haven't even talked about Willie Harvey Jr., who's been making
Hmm.
plays. We just have so many guys. I'm like, dang, how many
And
linebackers
that
are we
crazy.
gonna
We went from
carry?
nothing.
Nothing.
We went from
To
nothing last year to having 1,000 this year. You know what I mean? And it
we
went from a
literally have a
weakness
thousand.
to a
I
strength,
just,
which is a good
yeah,
thing, because
yeah.
we saw how bad it hurt the team when you didn't have
It
the
hurt us
linebackers.
bad. Right, it hurt us
So,
bad.
but I
Now we
think
just loading it up, loading up on these linebackers. But anyway, go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie. I do want to see Zimmer uh, coach this defense. I do. I think that's my if there's one thing that I'm looking at for this season is Zimmer and
Mm-hmm.
this defense. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the penalties.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline, penalties,
Yep.
the little small things. That's what I'm really
Yeah.
going to be looking at with Mike with his defense. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
really going to get those guys. Um, I don't know how to say it. The way Rod Marinelli, I think he's better than Rod Marinelli. But
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
Rod had those guys, you run to that ball or you don't play. You better
Right.
practice hard
Just,
or you're not getting in the
just
game.
playing with effort. Just playing with that effort.
Playing with that
Like this,
effort.
that effort, discipline, um, just taking the game seriously. And Zimmer's doing that because he's increasing these guys' knowledge. Now we're realizing like our star players, Micah, Trayvon Diggs, Paul Gunther said now Donovan is going into those meetings, those morning meetings that they're doing now. And like, cause these guys are like, dang, I want to learn too. Cause it's like
Mhm,
they didn't know they wasn't learning this stuff with Dan Quinn. They weren't
mhm,
learning this stuff with their coaches when they were in college. So it's like if you give your best players the knowledge so that they now know everything, they know how teams are trying to stop them, they can see and pick up on things. It's gonna make your best players better. And I think Dan Quinn, as I keep saying, he was just relying on the players' talent. But at a certain point, you got to be able to give these players more because you can't just rely on talent. And that's why we were losing against these other teams. Because I guarantee you, other programs like the Chiefs, like the 49ers, they're probably giving these guys all this extra knowledge so that they're not just going out there. Like a Fred Warner and a Dre Greenlaw, they're not just going out there relying on their athletic ability. Like they obviously know the game and watch film and got taught by D'Amico Ryans, who's an ascending top coach in this league. So yeah, I think the defense will take a step because now they just have the knowledge. Yeah, and you can make the exactly. So, shout out to you, Laurel. He said you can make the play faster too. Exactly. If I know what's going on, but when you looked at our linebackers last year, They had no idea what was going on. They didn't know what the play. They just didn't know. So they just feet stuck in
Well, you
mud
just
and
had you had a wrong scheme and you had the wrong people in the place. You had a LVE who was a
yep.
guy who I understand you probably don't want to do that contact thing like that every time because you got a hurt neck and that can end
You
your
got a
career when you
hurt
never
neck.
walk again and you've already missed time in college, you missed time in the NFL with a neck injury. So I can understand the hesitation. But
Yep.
that's once again, that's front office saying we want LVE. And Dan Quinn said, I want to get Bobby Wagner. They're like, nah, we ain't doing that. So
Nah.
you're gonna work with him. You get what I'm saying? So I
Yep.
feel like that was front offices getting in the way too of that.
Yep.
But
That's
I just
true.
feel like
That's
Dan
true.
Quinn, at the end of the day, he's a splash guy. I feel like Dan
Exactly.
Quinn is a splash guy. Once you
Yeah.
figure him out, you can whoop his ass every time. And I'm gonna say it again.
Exactly.
Once you figure Dan Quinn out, you'll whoop his ass every time. Remember,
Right. He's
they were
good.
what 0-6 and 0-7 before he got fired. They didn't win a game. Okay,
They were bad.
they went
They were
from
pretty
Super
bad.
Bowl to nothing. And watch
Into
his
nothing.
defense when he was at Seattle. It wasn't his, but when he got it, it was good for that quickness. And then it bam fell right off. And that's what's gonna happen. The
Yeah.
thing with Zim, I'm more excited about. I look at the longevity since the first time he was here in Dallas to after he left Dallas and went to coach
Hmm.
elsewhere was productive. Those were his defenses. And once he got there, because he was with Cincinnati damn near what, 15 years? That was
I don't
his
know.
deep. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was there
He was
like,
there
yeah, he was there
for a
like
while.
good. Yeah. And
He was there
he
for a while.
changed that whole thing. And he changed the
Yep.
whole thing in Minnesota, made it great. So that's what I just really want to see. You got some
Yep.
talent over there on the defensive side of the ball. Let's see
Hmm.
what happens. Let's see what
Yep.
happens.
Let's see what this is the years like. Let's see what happens. And he said, I think Cox could have. Yeah, Cox and Harper are two linebackers. That's like the linebackers that could. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't have. Cox had that injury, and you just didn't have the leadership in the room, and you didn't have the coaches. And then we cut Devin Harper because we expected him to get him back on
Yeah, I don't know
waivers,
what. Yeah, I don't know what
and
the
just
hell happened
lost
with that. That
him.
was crazy.
So it was just a disaster. But
Hmm.
anyway, I
But
don't know.
he
You got
gone.
anything? He gone. Well, I don't know what they're doing, but bless them. You know what I'm saying? But that
Hmm.
was also a 2021 draft. We just really effed that draft. We
Terrible
effed
draft.
that draft up. But anyway, you got anything else, big? I think that's it. I think we gave y'all
That's
some
it.
good
That's it.
content.
That's it from me. I'm
We
just
gave
ready to
y'all
get
full.
this. Get
Yeah.
ready for this game Sunday. The live action. Refs ain't stepping in. Hey, hold on. Or coaches ain't stepping. That's a bad play. Now you just we're playing. We're here to play some football. And all the people that we
Exactly.
talked about. We're really. I'm gonna keep my eyes on. I'm gonna keep my eyes on Mozzie. The Jalen
Hmm.
Tolberts. I ain't real. I ain't. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep real. I'm watching Mozzie.
Oh yeah.
Specifically him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I'm
don't care
watching.
about the rest.
People that
I'm
I'm gonna have
watching you.
my eyes glued on in the preseason. Mozzie, Cooper BB,
Hmm.
Trey Lance. Mozzie, Cooper BB, Trey Lance. That's what I'm gonna really keep my eye on. Of course, I'm gonna be looking at everybody, but I'm like
Right.
trying to focus on those three: Mozzie, Cooper Rush, Trey Lance.
And my
That's who
three,
I'm.
I'll name three:
Mm-hmm.
Mozzie, Mozzie, Mozzie.
Mozzie, Mozzie, Mozzie. I said
That's
Cooper
my
Rush, but
three.
y'all, I mean Cooper BB. But yeah, Cooper BB,
Yeah.
Mozzie, Trey Lance, Big said Mozzie, Mozzie, and Mozzie again. So we definitely gonna be looking at them because it's these guys time to
Step
showcase
up.
what you've been
It's
working
time to
on.
step
To
up.
showcase if you can
Appreciate you,
actually
Rico.
make the right. Thank you. Shout out to Rico. Somebody also sent me a cash app, I think. So I'm let me shout
Ooh,
them
we
out.
like that. We like
Let me
that.
shout
Send
them
them
out
cash app.
before I get off of here.
Oh, and
Oh, it
shout
was
out to
my
my
guy.
dog Dwayne Brown for the $10 holla. Appreciate you.
It was Dwayne Brown. Thank you, Dwayne, for donating
He
for
always come
$10.
through.
Exactly. Love you, Dwayne, for that
Love
$10.
you.
I really appreciate that.
That's gonna buy
Uh,
me some Chick-fil-A.
exactly, exactly. And just reminding y'all go to my Twitter. I'm gonna try to share this. It's my pinned
Yeah, yeah. Share
post.
that.
So if y'all want Madden 25 or college football 25 or a $75 gift card for the ladies, y'all participate. All I'm asking for is y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm trying to I'm just showing my ad name so y'all can go to my X page. But y'all can also, I also have it posted as a short too on my YouTube, which is just Stargazer Sports. So y'all help me. I'm trying to get to 300 subs before the season kicks off. So if y'all can help me, that'd be great. But that's my at name right there. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram at Stargazer_sports. Follow me on Facebook at Stargazer Sports Media. I'm on TikTok at Stargazer.sports. And really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all always rocking with us, me and Big on the Big Star Show. So yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate y'all. You heard what she said, and if you didn't get it all, the great thing about this is you can rewind and you can pause it
Exactly.
and you can stare right at it. That's the great thing
Exactly.
about this.
Exactly.
So please, let's get started at that 300. Y'all remember the 300, right? Y'all remember the movie 300? Wasn't that a great movie? Get it to
Yes, it
300,
was.
and then after we get it to 300, we're gonna get it to 500. And after we're gonna get it to 500,
Exactly.
we're gonna get it to
Y'all help
700,
me.
and we're gonna get it to a K, and then we're gonna keep going. So we need to keep on
Exactly.
support my homegirl Star because she is great in this. And because I seen you on Boss Cowboys. Look at you turning up. I seen you on Boss Cowboys over there turning up too. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell y'all, if y'all don't know who Star is, Stargazer, y'all better get wise to it because she's the next up and comer. So please continue to support. Let's build her up. Let's get her more subs. Let's make this thing happen. Make this thing continue to be great. And let's get ready for this game Sunday. We're going to be excited, and we'll have something to definitely talk about next week because
Oh
we'll have
yeah.
that game, and we'll be able to really talk about some things as we go forward. So if I don't got nothing, you got anything else, sir?
Nope. I'm done. Y'all have a good night. I'm about to hop right off of here so I can go eat.
Who you talking? I'm about to hot. I'm following your lead. So for myself, Big Game James, Stargazer, we love y'all. Make sure you get up on our Twitter. Let's get
Peace.
those subs up. You go eat. I go eat. Let's have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Big Game.